This video has been prepared in accordance with all current specifications and regulations. However, the specifications and regulations are subject to change, and the user of the video is urged to check the most recent applicable specifications and regulations. The producer neither guarantees the accuracy nor assumes any obligation or responsibility for the contents of this video or any interpretation of rules, applications, or regulations contained therein.
Anhydrous ammonia has been used as a nitrogen fertilizer in some parts of the country for over 50 years. Today, there are anhydrous ammonia plant locations throughout the country. It's hard to find an area that isn't using anhydrous ammonia for crop production. The reason for this growth is that anhydrous ammonia has the highest percentage of nitrogen available in a single pass. This results in lower production costs and higher yields in crops such as corn, wheat, oats, and barley. As with any other fertilizer or chemical, you need to be aware of the characteristics of the product and follow good management practices and procedures to ensure a safe working environment for you, your employees, and your community. It all comes down to caution. Handle with care. To gain knowledge and understanding of anhydrous ammonia, we need to take a look at the chemical properties of this product and define its characteristics. Natural gas, air, and water are the raw materials used in manufacturing anhydrous ammonia. Anhydrous ammonia is identified by the chemical formula NH3, which stands for 1 part nitrogen and 3 parts hydrogen, which is the main ingredient in water. Fertilizer is labeled by percentage according to its guaranteed minimal analysis. Anhydrous ammonia is 8200, meaning that nitrogen accounts for 82% by weight. Compare this to a product such as urea, 4600, which is 46% by weight. Anhydrous ammonia is a gas at atmospheric temperature 21 degrees Celsius and at atmospheric pressure. When stored or transported under pressure, anhydrous ammonia remains in a liquid form. When you look at ammonia in liquid form, it may look a lot like clear water, but it definitely isn't anything like water. Ammonia boils and turns into vapor at minus 33 degrees Celsius, 28 below Fahrenheit. Water boils and turns into steam at 100 Celsius, 212 Fahrenheit. Think of an anhydrous ammonia burn as the most severe freezer burn possible. Anhydrous ammonia will affect unprotected areas of your body. At lower concentrations, it will react immediately to moist areas. For example, eyes and perspiration points, such as armpits, the groin, etc. At higher concentrations, anhydrous ammonia is highly alkaline and becomes very corrosive when it comes into contact with flesh or skin. Anhydrous means without water, and thus it has an affinity to any type of moisture. Remember that the human body is made up of 91% water. These physical properties demand that the product be handled with care. When ammonia vapor is released into the air under normal atmospheric conditions, it is lighter than air and will dissipate fairly rapidly with a slight breeze. However, when the relative humidity is high, the vapor will take on moisture, which makes it heavier than air, and it may linger and settle into low areas. A small amount of water will absorb a large volume of anhydrous ammonia vapor. In fact, 1 unit of water can absorb 850 units of anhydrous ammonia vapor. This can be demonstrated by injecting a can full of ammonia vapor with a small amount of water. The attraction of the ammonia vapor to the water is so great, it collapses the can. Anhydrous ammonia expands at a rate of 500 to 1. So a small amount of liquid ammonia can cause a major problem. Anhydrous ammonia forms a plume or vapor cloud when released into the atmosphere. The vapor cloud moves with the wind and upward into the air, dissipating as it goes. The coldest part of the vapor cloud is in the first 10 to 12 feet. This is a mixture of liquid anhydrous ammonia rapidly changing over to vapor. The temperature at the point of release is about minus 43 degrees Celsius, 45 below Fahrenheit, and it can drop as low as minus 73 degrees Celsius, 100 below Fahrenheit, freezing everything it touches. To demonstrate this, we will take a piece of raw meat and expose it to anhydrous ammonia vapor for a few seconds. The meat is conductive because of its moisture content, and the vapor cloud is so cold the meat is frozen. Clothing would immediately be crystallized or frozen to the skin and must be thawed before it is removed. The vapor cloud has no oxygen, and it should never be entered. Remember, it will move with the wind. This means that to get away from a vapor cloud, you need to move upwind or perpendicular to the vapor cloud as quickly as you can. In an area with a high concentration of ammonia, the pungent smell will drive you away. Low concentrations of ammonia vapor are irritating to the eyes, skin, and mucous membranes of the nose, throat, and lungs. At higher concentrations, ammonia is corrosive to human tissue and can be life-threatening. Occupational Health and Safety classifies a concentration of 300 parts per million as immediately dangerous to life and health. The Department of Transportation has classified anhydrous ammonia as an inhalation hazard and a corrosive gas. However, in an enclosed area with an ammonia concentration of 16 to 25% by volume and an ignition source of approximately 650 degrees Celsius, 1200 degrees Fahrenheit, there is a risk of explosion. Maintenance work on anhydrous ammonia equipment must always be done in a well-ventilated area. Never mix anhydrous ammonia with another chemical unless that chemical has been specifically labeled NH3 compatible. Anhydrous ammonia is not compatible with all metals. Use only steel pipes, fittings, and approved steel containers. Never use zinc, copper, brass, or other copper-based alloys. These metals rapidly deteriorate when exposed to ammonia. Anhydrous ammonia expands and contracts as the temperature increases and decreases. Here is a tank that is filled to the maximum, 85% level, with a liquid temperature of approximately 2 degrees Celsius, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. As the temperature rises to 35 degrees Celsius, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, the liquid level rises to 92% full. Here, a tank was filled to the 92% level at approximately 2 degrees Celsius, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. As the temperature rises to 35 degrees Celsius, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, the tank would soon reach its full capacity, causing the relief valve to open and release ammonia into the atmosphere to protect the tank from rupturing. This is why tanks should never be filled beyond 85% full. Now that we have reviewed the properties and characteristics of NH3, the first thing that should come to mind when working around anhydrous ammonia is safety.